What is this? Is this a Honda Passport? It absolutely is. This is the 2026 all-new redesigned Passport. Yeah, it looks a lot different. It's bigger, it's bolder. In fact, this is the most capable off-road SUV Honda has ever made. How does this Passport compare to the outgoing model? Stick around and you'll find out right after this. Let's start out with some numbers because this Passport isn't just a facelift, it's a whole new animal. Size-wise, the 2026 Passport is 45 millimeters longer in total length. It has a 70 millimeter longer wheelbase. The track width is wider by 33 and 38 millimeters front and back. You have 156 liters more storage and 33 millimeters more legroom. The longer wheelbase on the wider track doesn't mean just bigger, it means actually more room on the inside, more comfortable ride, and more stability. Now, when Honda set out to design this new Passport TrailSport, they really had it in mind that this is going to be something that's not just a cosmetic package. There's going to be some purpose, some intention. Everything has been beefed up. This platform has 72% higher lateral rigidity and 50% more torsional rigidity for the rear. This thing is so strong. You see these nice orange recovery hooks here? They have been relocated as well. Check out this video here. This is real. Of course, it says do not try this, and who's got 3 Passports at a crane to do it? But they actually hung 3 Passports end to end on here, meaning that this will support that much weight from the recovery hooks and the tow hitch in the rear as well. So purpose built. It definitely has a more rugged appearance to it for sure. I like how they've separated it. They haven't went for this, hey, let's just make a big massive grille. It looks very proportional, and you have this embossed Passport on the front here. We're going to get to the rear in a second. The one thing I do have to actually show you though is that this front air intake here is not functional. It's completely solid. So it looks good though. You do have a new lighting design. I like the LEDs here and the daytime running lights. Also, way underneath, you actually have steel skid plates on here, making this definitely more usable for off-road. Now, coming around to the side, once again, not just a cosmetic package. You have a little bit of plastic cladding. I think it looks good. It's not really overbearing like some vehicles are. You also have some plastic cladding on the rockers here. So check this out, 18-inch wheels with full all-terrain grabber tires. Yeah, this thing is ready to actually go off pavement right from the showroom. In Canada, all Passports are TrailSports. In the US, you do have a trim called RTL, and then you also have a black package you can put on any of the packages here. This is the TrailSport, and this is the Touring. And so you get a few extra goodies. One thing I really do like about the Touring though, is that it gives you smart entry, which all of them do, that's standard, but smart entry on both front and back doors. Meaning if you have the key fob in your pocket, I can just go and just grab that on and I can lock it from the front or the back. And it just eliminates one step. If I'm just gonna throw something in the back, I can just go and just grab, throw it in and go and walk away and lock it. I don't have to actually use the front there. This, by the way, is called Ash Green. I love how they actually use the 2 tones with the blacks on here. Got the big rugged roof rail. Now, one big difference is this big C-pillar. It gives it definitely a more rugged look, more kind of like, you know, almost like Land Rover 4Runner type of look instead of just a larger kind of like rugged Honda Pilot, let's just say. And this portion here, where it is actually not metal, is really handy as well, because I've seen some people in pictures going and leaning things up against it, so you're not going to actually scratch your paint. You might scratch this, it's just plastic, but you're not going to scratch your paint there. Now, standard is a power liftgate. The Touring does get a hands-free feature as well, where you just kick underneath. Now, once this is open, now this is really where the business part is, especially if you're using this kind of like, you know, as a family recreational vehicle. Since you don't have that 3rd row of seats, you have a lot of extra room here, and we really put this to the test. You now get 2,356 liters of total storage. That's over 156 liters more than the outgoing version. So you can see all the extra room here. But not only that, it's the amount of cargo spots to carry things. For instance, look at this. There's a nice cubby there. You could put your jug of milk there if you want, or maybe some propane tanks for your barbecue. Another one on this side. And you have these compartments up top as well. Check this out. This is my 31-liter Wandered Provoke backpack. Yes, it's a tight fit, but this entire backpack fits in that holder right there. Put that back in. All right, push that down. Now, gets even better. This is a split kind of floor gate, I'm gonna call it. And we can flip this side up here, and we have underfloor storage. We got cameras, we got shopping bags, so you can hide things away in there. It's just a plastic bin for all your stuff. Close that up and lift up on this side. The whole thing lifts up, and you have a spare tire. Hey, everybody wants a spare tire these days, and there's some kind of cool kind of mountain graphics back there. But yeah, you even get a little funnel. Look at that. So yeah, that is that portion. Now there is a caveat though. It's not completely perfect. I'm going to tell you why. You see, the second row seats are split 60-40, which is very common. But what's missing here, there is no either pass-through, or some vehicles have a 40-20-40 split. And it's unfortunate because when we loaded everything up, we had a longer object like our big tent, and it's a longer object. It wouldn't fit in this bay here without having to go diagonal. So I had to fold down the smaller seat, which is the right passenger seat, down for that tent, and the two people in the rear had to sit side by side instead of splitting them, and we could just put something in the middle. So that would be something nice to have. You know, maybe you have skis or a snowboard and you want to use the pass-through. Of course, yeah, you can put it up top if you want to put it on the roof rack, but hey, not everybody wants to do that. Two other things though. This is great. We have an actual 150 watt outlet here for your electricity. However, there are a lot of things, if you're using this as a family vehicle, say you're going camping, a lot of things like compressors and things don't use 115 volt. They use 12 volt, and there is no 12 volt outlet in the cargo area. I think that's a little bit of a miss. There is one up front, but yeah, there's no 12 volt outlet. And the last thing, which is not a deal breaker, and none of these are, but at nighttime, there should be some LED lighting here. You know, if you're getting changed or something, or if you're camping or you're scuba diving and you're just using this area as a place of refuge here, yeah, it'd be nice to have some light. Now, I did see in their accessories, which there are a lot of, including a picnic table, which is very cool, you can get an optional tailgate LED light. So that they do make that available, but it's not included, and I really wish that it were. But other than that, lots of usable space. Absolutely love the space, especially all the different compartments for sure. This Passport is almost the perfect vehicle for me, or probably not the perfect vehicle for me, because I like to collect things. Actually, I don't like to collect things. I just don't like to get rid of things. People have kind of maybe even said I'm a little bit of a hoarder, but no, I just don't like to throw things out or get rid of them. And this is the perfect vehicle because there's so many places for me to place everything. There's so many compartments and so much good storage. We saw that in the back seat. More good storage. You have 2 drink holders on either side. You beside there, you also have another little pocket, and below there, another little storage area on both sides. So lots of storage there. Seat back pockets on each side. Plus, there's an extra pocket up top too, so you could put your device there. No problem. Put a pen there. Put lots of things there. That's what I like. Your gum, your mints. Fold down this middle section, 2 more cup holders, and yeah, don't worry if you have 5 people riding in here where this has to be up, you still have the drink holders on there, and I really do like the position of them. Now, room wise, very, very good headroom. Lots of headroom. Leg room, it's been extended now from the previous version by 33 millimeters. That's almost 1.5 inches. And the amount of foot room you have, these passenger seats, and the driver's seat, of course, are very high. So you're not like squeezing your foot in. It's very comfortable. I could basically almost cross my feet underneath the front seats there. And the floor is flat, which is unusual. Normally that's reserved for EVs, and there might be a small little drive hump, but none at all, which is very welcome. If you're having 5 passengers in here, that middle person doesn't have to straddle that hump or ride up like this. This Touring also has heated rear seats as well, and you also get automatic climate control for the back, 2 USB-Cs, as well as another 150 watt outlet back here. So yeah, lots of good room. On this Touring, you also get roll-up sunshades. One thing to note, these seats do not recline or slide forward and backward, which is a little unfortunate. Not because you need any extra room back here, because you do have lots of room. It's because you may need a little extra room for cargo area in the cargo, and yeah, you might want to slide that seat forward. Now, if you do want maximum cargo space, you know, when you do fold these seats down, it is nice and flat, meaning, hey, if you wanted to do some car camping, put an air mattress in here, you absolutely could do that. And you have lots of room on the floor for lots of your accessories and things that you have there. So yeah, that's it. Let's check out the front. On the inside of the new 2026 Passport, it is all brand new. It's very stylish. It feels and it looks good. That's what I love. And it feels very spacious as well. Lots of room, lots of good headroom, just like the back seats as well. I like the use of the colors and the different textures and materials that they've used. You have orange accent stitching with the TrailSport steering wheel on the dash, on the seats as well. These are leather with that TrailSport on the headrest as well. These ones are heated and they're ventilated as well, but so much more storage. Just like in the back, you have 2-tier storage in on the door panels. Get your sunglasses, you get your drinks, whatever knickknacks and garbage you want to put down there. You even have an area in front of the passenger, a nice shelf where you can place your phone or some other things. How big is it? Is it big enough, let's say, if you travel around with a full-size box of tissue? No, it will not, but it will fit in the middle here. But right now in the middle, a big console, I'll show you, like I've got a video light here, I've got another camera, we have our little duster that we use, I've got my portable neck air conditioner. This is the Renvu Ace. We're gonna do a review on this. So far it's been really, really cool, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, lots of room in here for sure. Like I can put jackets and stuff in here. So I absolutely love that. Now up front, you have a new 10.25 inch driver's cluster here. So there's no analog gauges, but it mimics analog, looks really nice. No head-up display. A new 12.3 inch infotainment. This is a Google-based system, so you get Google Maps, but you do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you go into the Touring, you do get the surround view camera, the 360 camera. So what you can do is you can actually configure your icons, and I've actually put that to the multi-view camera as a shortcut. So you have the shortcuts on the left side, so hit that, now that multi-view camera pops up. Also on the end of the wiper stock, there is a camera button. Now this is called TrailWatch. It's available only on the Touring, and when you hit that, it brings up the camera as well. But what I like is another hit, and it's gonna bring up your actual side views for your tires. Whether you're using this, whether parking by a curb, or you want to try to avoid or straddle a rock or something if you're off-road, those are very, very handy to have. We have dual zone climate control, wireless charging. We mentioned you get that big panel roof. One thing though this does not have, which is a little bit of a miss, I think, is they've done away with the home link. So if you actually want to program your garage door, for instance, into your mirror, or sometimes they're in the sun visor, those buttons, this one does not have that. What they've done is they've integrated it into their Honda Link app. Yeah, I can do that the same with my phone, with my garage door as well. But it's just one extra thing to do. I'd rather just go and just hit a button. It's just so much simpler. So wish maybe they could bring that back, because at one time they did have that. So let's drive. Woo. Oh yeah, you hear underneath that hood? That is a 3.5 liter V6, yes. You know what? People thought V6s are dead on mid-size SUVs. You know, let's say, for instance, you see something like the Toyota 4Runner where they've eliminated the V6. It's either, you know, it's a turbo, it's a hybrid nowadays. But yeah, good old V6, naturally aspirated on this. You get 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. And that is matched to, you can actually hear it, and now you can actually feel it if you were in here driving with me, to a 10-speed conventional automatic transmission. So no CVT here. They have actually calibrated it very well. I've noticed, you know, on the first versions, let's say on the Honda Pilot, you know, that transmission was needing a little bit of extra programming, I thought. This one here, really, really smooth on where the shift points are, and we're just driving in normal mode right now. Now, all TrailSports also come with full-time all-wheel drive. This system does everything for you. You don't have to do anything. You do have 7 different drive modes though, so whatever you choose, that it will adjust for that all-wheel drive program, for instance. But this is a front-wheel drive bias system. However, as you can see in some of these images here, you can still have some fun with it. But the key to this Passport is the name. It's a TrailSport. It's not a trail hunter. It's not a trail killer. It's not a trail dominator. It's a sport. It's meant to, hey, you want to go on the trails, have a little bit of fun. You know, you're not going to rock crawl with this. But most people that are rock crawling aren't buying a brand new vehicle. They are using purpose-built vehicles for rock crawling. This is going to get you, of course, it's going to get you to and from, you know, the cottage or the lake house, or up to your ski cabin in the wintertime. That's no problem. Most passenger vehicles will do that with some good winter tires. But no, this is, you know, if you need something a little bit more, where you're going to have need a little bit more ground clearance, this is going to give you 8.3 inches ground clearance. It's not record breaking, but it's more than what most people want. Plus you have those skid plates to help you out a little bit. You have that all-wheel drive, and that all-wheel drive is definitely going to help. There's no need to lock, put front or rear lockers on or anything. It's going to do everything for you. So yeah, it's a set it and forget it system, and yeah, it's a sport system to have fun. And you know what? I know that, you know, these vehicles are very capable of the all-wheel drive system for the most part. I remember going and taking a Honda Ridgeline. Everyone says, hey, that's not a truck, whatever. You know what? That thing is more capable than you would actually think for what most people do. Yes, these are not meant for the Rubicon Trail. You just have to realize that. So as soon as you realize that, then you'll actually appreciate what it actually can do. And yeah, and it is a big can do right there. There are advantages to not having independent rear suspension, but for the most part, where is this going to be driven the most? On the road, okay? Or even independent suspension is great if you are going and driving it on even off-road, let's say on logging roads, washed out roads with a lot of washboard pits in it. This will actually really stick and kind of hug itself to the road compared to being bounced off of the road where you would have on some other different truck platforms. So there are advantages, and the best thing is just the comfort that it provides on a day-to-day basis right now, because you just feel like you're just driving a nice, comfortable Honda. I really think this new Passport TrailSport is going to kind of put Honda on that kind of adventure off-road map. A lot of people that weren't considering a Honda Passport, I think, may actually, after seeing this new one for sure. As for pricing, these are Canadian, by the way. Remember, in Canada, we only get the TrailSport version, and that starts at $56,990. You're going to add $1,200 if you want the TrailSport Blackout. And then if you want to go for the Touring, that's $60,540, and another $1,200 if you want the Blackout, making it $61,740. Once again, these are Canadian dollars. Make sure to check with your local Honda website where you live to see the pricing and the trims offered where you are. So if you're in the market for a mid-size SUV that has a little bit better off-road capability, should you be considering a Passport TrailSport? Or if you already own a Passport in the current generation, should you upgrade to this? I'm gonna say absolutely. You know, unless you're finding yourself going out 4x4 every single weekend, you're doing rock crawling, things like that, yeah, this probably won't be the right vehicle for you. But I'm gonna say for most people that need something a little bit more rugged, you want a little extra ground clearance, you got the skid plates down there, you got the off-road tires, you have the different drive modes. This is definitely going to do it, and it's going to do it with style, it's going to do it with comfort, and it has capability underneath the hood too with that V6 engine. Hey, a lot of people are still shying away from hybrid powertrains or turbo 4-cylinder powertrains. You got the good old V6 here. It'll still tow 5,000 pounds. So that definitely is a big plus for a lot of people. Plus, a conventional automatic transmission, I should add that too. So I think Honda has done an exceptional job with this Passport. It's definitely become one of my favorite Hondas already. And I think this is gonna do very, very well in their lineup. It's gonna be a big seller.